Well, hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the final part of the build or the rebuild of the pup. So yeah, I've only got a few things left to do. Mount the spare tyre, put the water tank in, and the associated pump and tap, and there's a couple other things in there, but sit back and we'll go through it. So after a lot of consideration, I was trying to look for a spot to put I put a water tank under here, and I was looking in here and it just didn't fit. And I found this space up here. So I measured it all up and I can fit this one in here. It's certainly not big, it's only 43 litres when I had the 60 litre in the other camper trailer, but it's better than nothing. And it's up out of the way. Well, that was a water carry there, but that jerry can that came here I had to throw out. This one here is still good, and I've just tightened the strap up. So I've got another 20 litres there, and I've always got two 20 litre containers I can take with. Put the tank in there, up through there, and I'm going to put the pump in here and the filler in here as well. I can't get the tank in there without taking this section out here, but I've got some aluminium angle and I'm going to make up it. So it just goes back in there and a couple of screws with the thing, so it should be fine. Beautiful. Lovely fit. There it is, all fitted in. There wasn't a lot of space around it to get straps or anything in, so all I did was put that expanding foam in certain spots at the front and the back, and once that's dry, that's going nowhere. So I've made this nice little panel. It just fits in there. I'm not going to hinge it, I'm just going to screw it in position, because it's never going to have to come off once I've got everything in. I'll put some aluminium strip on it, force 3 screws, I might put another one in through there, but that'll do. That'll all get painted, you won't even hardly notice it's there. And I should have enough room up here to get the pipes to come out to go up to my pressure pump, which is going to be mounted in there. So I got a few more things in the mail today to help with the rebuild, and these are to do with the water system. So I already have the 43 litre tank mounted up now. So now I've got the Sanhema pressure pump, which will feed water into this hose here, which is just a little one from the shower in a caravan. And I've got a adapter and a barb joint here, which will go onto that, and then that will feed onto this pump here. And then I've got to have one coming up from the tank to the inlet side of the pump. So what I'll do now is I'll just show you where I'm going to put all these things. So I actually did think about mounting a tap in here and having it so it swiveled up and everything, but it just would have interfered with everything there. It wouldn't have worked at all. It would have been complicated and would have just mucked up with that. So not going in there anymore. I'm going to mount this hose here on the side. It'll be in a little holder up there somewhere like that, and then that'll give me enough room for it to come around onto here, and then I'll just put that hose up and along there. You won't even see it, only get to about halfway, and that's where that hose comes into play, the pressure hose, and that will go across to the pump. The pump is going to be mounted in here, somewhere like that. That should give me enough room for the filler to come in and down through there, and all hoses will go through this part here and the tank into there. So anyway, we'll get them mounted up. So there it is, all wired up. I've put a plug in there so that I can disconnect it. If something goes wrong with it, make it an easier fix. I'll probably clip that up there, but let's just see if it works. It does. onto the hose fitting. First things first though, I've got to pull it apart, put Teflon tape on everything so that it's nice and watertight. Yeah, it should be good and watertight. Hose clamp on there. Actually might need a little bit of hot water poured on it. Yeah, that got it on. And there we go. That's all ready to mount. Now I'm pretty sure that that won't hold there when I'm driving along. So you can actually get heavy duty ones of these things here, the little key fob. So I reckon I'm going to adapt it and put that up there so that if it falls down, it can't go anywhere. But that should get over there. That should be nice. Perfect. The hose is nice and tied up there tight, and you can hardly see it. So now just got to put that up to there. There we go, all connected up. Now we just need to put the filler in and put some water in and see if it works. So there's the installation, all in. Nothing's leaking. Don't worry about the water on the floor. That's just had my wife holding this with the funnel, and we didn't. We had a bit of bubble back. But let's go over here and see if it works. So turn the pump on. Is that pressure? Look at that. So apart from that elbow in there, which I'll probably only get next week, I've got to put the filler in here, which connects to this one here. So I got this lockable filler cap here. I wish they'd make them standard fittings. You got to modify it. Well, I've always found I've got to modify it to get there. So, but that should connect to the hose that I've got there. So I've got to mount that up about there. So if I put this here's a little bit bigger than what I need, so if I drill inside the lines, it should be fine. And there we go. Look at that. Bit of a seal of elastic around there. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. So there we go. I would have liked to have got that hose on there a bit more, but it just won't go in. And it's not a pressure pipe, so I thought I'd try it. There we go, all fits up. So another thing that I want to fix on this thing is the spare tyre. Now it used to be mounted up on that bolt, you can see there, I've cut that off. It was a hell of a lot of weight to have on the roof, I didn't like it. I was going to put it in here, but luckily I thought about it because it'll interfere with that. So what I've decided is I'm going to weld them bolts up in the middle here on that cross frame and hang the spare tyre under there. Only spot I can think of, and it's going to be a bit lower than the axle but not overly low, so it'll be out of the road. It's the best I can do. I made a nice couple of wing nuts for it. Okay, well, it's nice and secure. Still got pretty good ground clearance. While I'm not the happiest with it being there, it's certainly better than on the roof. And if anyone can think of coming up with a better solution for me, please tell me. So the last part of the puzzle has arrived. Even though I hadn't planned on these, but I decided to get them in. So I've got these things here, these vents that you would put on the top of a caravan. So normally you'd open them up from the inside by pushing on this ring. It's quite hard. But so what I've done is I've actually pop riveted a handle on here so that because it's on the outside I don't have to climb in, I just pull it up like that. So they're going to go up here, about there. So when they're open, they will force a lot of air into the pup and hopefully create a positive pressure in there, so that will keep the dust out. Certainly the theory, hopefully it works. First I've got to mark it out and do some cutting. Yep, that's about it. Time to do some cutting. There we go. Take that out again, put some elastic on it, and then I can screw it down. And there we go, first one is installed. I may put a small mesh screen over there with some fly wire on it as well, so that bugs don't get in. I can leave them open at night. There is the vents, both sides in, and I've also managed to get some fly wire screen in there as well from the inside. I might have to put a piece of steel mesh over the back of it to support it, who knows, we shall see. And one of the very last things, a bit of bling for the trailer. So I've got these nice 15-inch covers, makes the wheels look a little bit better, I think. And there we go. I think that looks a lot better. Just think it needs might be get some bigger profile tyres for it too. They're too slicky, but anyway. So that's about all I'm going to do to the pup at this stage. There will be probably improvements coming to it as time goes by, but they'll only be little bits and pieces. This is the major part of the project done. Electrical system, the kitchen area, spare tyre, water tank. So yeah, it's done, it's finished. Anyway, if you like this channel and you like these camping videos and build series and reviews, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.